Hello everyone and welcome back to more Warzone content on the YourAverageGamer channel. In this video I'm going to be talking through ways that you can get high kills in Warzone Solos. I know that Warzone Solos is a thing that a lot of people struggle to get high kills in due to the way that the lobbies plateau so fast. And the way that you can really struggle if you get shot in the back, etc. So I'm going to run through a couple of little handy tricks that you can use to get high kills, particularly in the new winter mode. So as you see, I dropped in, I got one guy out the air on my way down. This is something I definitely recommend doing if people are hanging parachutes out. This new pistol, now we've switched across to Caldera, we use the M1911, and it seems to have a fire rate as fast as you can pull the trigger. So now when you're shooting people out the air, all you have to do is line up your first shot on their head, cut your parachute and spam the trigger. And if your first bullet lands head and the rest land body, you will kill them so quickly that they won't even have time to cut their chute and get away from you. So I definitely recommend trying to do that and maybe getting the practice of it, because it's definitely worth doing. Our second kill, we just landed on someone who was completely unawares that we were there. So just shooting them straight in the back, again with the pistol. Super high fire rate, pretty good time to kill to be honest, particularly compared to the previous pistols we've had. Now, this is where my tip for what to do at the start of games to get high kills comes in. What I do is I usually drop nearish the trees, particularly the tier 1 trees, because a lot of people repeatedly land here in order to pick up a large amount of loot. As you'll see here, there's a guy looting up the tree. So as I come round, I manage to get him, and we've got another guy coming up behind us. So I pick up a little bit of loot in order to help us combat him. And now I refocus because I realise that he's going to be pushing our way. I then use these rocks for cover to try and spot where he is. Just peeking over the top. As I do, I spot him just here. He gets in cover behind the tree. We've lost a lot of our plates, so I just go back into cover. Always your priority should be when you get shot is to get in cover and get plates back in. Because if you don't, it can be so easy for people to take you out. I know it can be tempting to go for an immediate ego challenge, but it's usually better to get in cover and get plated up. You'll note there I actually got shot from the right as well, so there's someone else who's come back towards the tree. So we're now in a bit of a sticky situation where we're being pinned from both sides. Fortunately I did pick up a dead silence when I looted, so using the dead silence I can sneak up behind this guy who I saw creeping along and pick up another nice easy kill by shooting the opponent in the back. So now our focus has to turn on the guy who's shooting us from the right, and as we begin to think about where he could be, he's aggressively pushed up onto us. So I, again, just at first priority, drop into cover, because I don't have any information about where he is. So I drop into cover, and as I do, pick up some shields, and I can hear that he's jumped on the tree. When you go on the tree, it makes like an explosive noise, and also there's a large amount of jingling around the tree. So I'm just trying to get a nice position where I can shoot him, see him when he's out in the open. Once I've got plenty of plates off of him, I can then aggressively push. What I first up do is I put down a precision, which of course will force him out from behind the back of the tree. And as I do that, I aggressively push left in order to get an angle as he runs backwards, because he'll of course try and keep the tree in cover. Whilst we were killing him, we did see some shots that came across from here to this gun area. So what I did was, as I pushed aggressively left, I kept an eye on that, and lo and behold, a guy came out from behind it, and we pick up another kill. So as you can see, that's 6 kills picked up already, right off the bat, just from hanging around this area. And there's still more we can get, as there's still people up around in the area. So what I decided to do is pick up a UAV, get some more information around where they could be, pick up some plates, as we'd used up all of ours, and now we can start to investigate where next to go. I still plan on hanging around this tree area, as I know a lot of people are going to continue coming back. And I can see on my UAV that another guy had pushed back over here from the other side of the river where we originally spawned. Again, he puts a smoke down which alerts me to his presence. and he was on our UAV. He had no idea we were there, so we just aggressively pushed him, and using the STG, we easily take him out. So we see another guy here coming across to the tree, trying to push across where he saw a gunshot. Get an easy flash on him, do damage and take his shields off. And all we got to do there is not give him the chance to put his shields back in, and we'll be most likely to win the fight, as he obviously doesn't have shields. All we have to do is hit a couple of shots to defeat him, whereas he'll have to hit a lot more. Up to 8 kills now again, just by hanging around this tree. And I would say we're not camping or anything like that. We're not sitting in that little gun area with a heady, just waiting for people to come over to us. We are keeping UAVs up, we're aggressively pushing everyone we see. And that could be the difference between getting a low kill and a high kill game, is actually pushing for the kills and making sure that you're the one getting those kills. If you're not particularly comfortable pushing opponents and you don't think you've got great gun skill, I would definitely recommend just trying it. Just keep pushing, just keep trying. You'll take a few deaths to begin with. However, you're not going to get better at anything without practice. So if you just repeatedly try, eventually your gun skill will improve to the level where you're easily able to take them out. It'll make you a better player overall, and you'll definitely get more kills from it in the end. On our UAV again, we saw this guy up top. We were plotting how to sneak up on him and the best way to get up there. As we did, he launches his way off, looking like he wants to go to the buy station. And as he's in mid-air, caught in his parachute animation, we just easily beam him out of mid-air using the STG, which of course is a pretty accurate weapon, so a nice easy kill again. Now at the end of first circle, the loadout drops in, so we can now head towards that direction to pick up our loadout and get a more powerful weapon along with Ghost, so we don't appear on the opponent's UAVs. We don't need to get overkill in order to get a secondary, as this MP40 that I've found, the orange version, is very, very powerful. To be honest, I'm usually happy with any version of the MP40, as it's a very powerful secondary and easily good enough to use for a full game. But this legendary version is particularly good. Now we've done that, we can pick the bounty contract up and we can have a little look where it is. Unfortunately for us, it's nowhere near us. So I just drop a ping on a buy station to know where we can get our next UAVs, and then I ping up my UAV that I had in the pocket to see where the next player is. As I do, I see an unsuspecting victim pushing his way over towards these army barracks. He of course has no idea that we're here, as we're ghosted up, so we can aggressively push him and get the jump on him in order to get a nice easy kill. In fights, I'm always trying to get the high ground wherever possible, as this can definitely give you the advantage, a massive peeker's advantage, so you can just head glitch the top of any cover you have if you have the high ground. In this case, I just hop up, using the rocks to get up onto the roof, and as he comes out the front, it's an easy kill, as of course he doesn't have enough cover, and it's just an easy beam for the MG42. The MG42 is currently probably one of my favourite guns in Warzone Pacific. It's pretty low damage, but has next to nothing in recoil, so you can absolutely beam people. You do chew through ammo, so you have to keep a munitions box around a lot of the time, but it's worth it for the amount of damage you can output. Probably not quite as good as the Bren currently, but it's still pretty strong. So, I've now popped another UAV at the shop we marked, and I'm leaving a marker over the person who's pinging up, just so I know where to look. As in these open areas, you can get caught out by snipers, so I'm trying to leave a ping where he is so that I know exactly where to look. Just in case he looks around with a sniper glint, I can just keep my eyes on that and try and make sure that there's no glints coming my way. As it happens, someone drove up near him in a car, so he's tried to push this guy. Meanwhile, we've just popped our UAV, we can see there's 2 players, and we have to decide which one to push. I decide that the best thing to do is to get in zone and keep out the way of the car, as the car could quite easily just beam us. The car is pushing this player. All I'm going to do is wait for him to fight, and then third party. Unfortunately for us, this guy did take out the other player. I was hoping that we'd get him just in time, and that we'd be able to pick up both of those kills. Unfortunately, he did kill him before we could kill the opponent. But still, both players dead. Easy for us. The issue we have now is we're now being hunted by Krampus. So other players are going to know exactly where we are. They're going to hear Krampus coming towards us, and they're going to be able to see him chasing us. On top of that, Krampus appears on UAVs, so they're going to be able to see us clear as day exactly where we are. We therefore have to be a little bit careful and try and get to somewhere where we can manoeuvre around and get some kills without the death to Krampus. First up though, we're going to continue what we've been doing. UAV up, get some information, just see if anyone's around us. Or at least anyone unghosted is around us, because that could help prevent us from being killed and shot in the back. As no one popped up, I've decided to push round, try and pick up a bounty, to see if it'll give us a ping and give us some information around where other players could be. The whole time I'm trying to keep aware, look around me, and make sure there's nobody aggressively flanking us. Krampus at the moment has a ridiculous amount of health. He's near impossible to kill in solos without using every single bullet that you have in your magazine. Which is unfortunate, because in the time it takes to unload all of that into him and get the kill, you inevitably get third parties by another team. Now we've popped the bounty here. I can see there's someone off to our right. So what we want to do is we want to try and pick up a car in order to get ahead of him, in order to hold him outside the zone. However, one thing to be aware of that I didn't think of here is that when you have Krampus hunting you, he will throw snowballs at you. The snowballs that he throws actually one-hit the cars that you're in. So you'll see here, I drive for a little bit, and then Krampus hits his snowball and it immediately disables our vehicle. There we go, see, critical damage, almost immediately blows up our vehicle. So you can't really use the vehicles whilst Krampus is chasing you to get away from him, or to push ahead of other people. Thankfully for us, we only have 35 seconds left of Krampus, so we just have to try and make sure we stay away from this bounty for now, not give away where we are, and then let Krampus disappear, and then we can become a bit more secretive again and sneak up on this guy. We are currently on 11 kills. There's 15 players left, so there's plenty of scope left for us to pick up more kills, particularly if we can hunt this bounty. The other thing we have to be aware of course, is that the bounty currently does have the high ground. So we have to be aware that he could use his head glitch or use a better position on us to get the kill. As we push up the hill, however, we do hear the screams of Krampus again. And this time is because Krampus is hunting our bounty, which we think will give us the necessary information to get some easy kills. However, unfortunately for us, what Krampus actually does is alerts the player to another third party who actually kills him, and so we only get the poached bounty, which is annoying because we don't get as much money for that as we would if we'd killed him ourselves. However, this guy is unghosted, so we can pop our UAV and see exactly where he is. He's scarpering down the hill currently, appears to be trying to hold out another player off to the right, so we get the kill, and now we have to be aware of that second player and just be a little bit careful. So as we peek here, using the rock for cover all the time, wherever we can, trying to spot where this player is, you do see a sniper glint, and he does hit a shot on us. As soon as he hits that shot, I'm stopping firing, and I'm immediately dropping back, trying to change up my position, trying to get more cover in order to see where this player is going to come from. As we do, I see him rotate down the low end. He hits another shot on us, so we just immediately float straight back up, and then we look to cut off his position coming into the zone. However, we did get bountied, and our bounty is now aggressively pushing us. We therefore don't want to give away our position to him, so we just let this guy think that he's pushing against our bounty. We probably should have picked up the kill there. We decided to stop firing as we wanted to distract our bounty with that player. So we now know he's on that rock, and we can use this position, high ground here, to hold him out of the zone. Shooting a heartbeat, we can see he's just here. I miss a couple shots, should get the easy kill. Unfortunately, he moves round, but the MP40, as I said, useful up close, very good gun up close, and just lasers him down. I still think I should have carried on firing and taken out the first guy there, though. Before we pushed the guy who was bountying us, as we could have had 14 kills here. Slightly wasted that somewhat, but not the end of the world. So I'm now a little bit numb as to who else is around us. We haven't had a UAV up for a while. We don't know who else is here. So what I do is I mark a shot, just so we can go straight there, get another UAV, get one for the pocket, and we'll get some more information and know who else we can attack. Because we did the bounties, we do have quite a lot of money, and the guys we killed have quite big bags of money. So we're actually going to put up a triple UAV here, which will give us an advanced UAV, so we can see exactly where everyone is. Fortunately for us, there's no one near us. There's one ping all the way in the gas, which actually turns out is Krampus glitched, stood in the gas. But we do see two players down here, one who just killed the other, and one ping is just not moving, it's just sat, ghosted in a corner. So I drop a ping on it just to know exactly where it is. And as I come over here, I'm trying to work out exactly where he is, and I can just spot his gun poking out of this bush. So I drop a marker on it to try and make it clear, and then I push closer just to make sure I've missed. As I do, he aims his sniper at us, and with possibly the worst shots in my entire life, we do eventually get him. But that is Solos for you there in a nutshell. Ghosted player sat in a bush with his sniper out, just trying to pick up 3 kills by camping and waiting for players to run past him. I do feel sorry for the other player who was on a UAV a second ago, who must have ran past him and just fell straight into his trap. So we're on 14 now, 8 players left, plenty more kills for us to pick up. We decided to push up this right-hand hillside, see if there's any more kills that we could get. I did have a ping on my... I did drop a ping over here because there was 2 people fighting over here a second ago. It popped up on my UAV, and you can see it's now dropped to 7 players, so one of those has just won this fight. We're going to therefore aggressively push over, see if we can spot them, and see if we can pick up another kill. Brilliant movement from Vanguard again, doesn't allow me quite to mantle up on this rock, so I lose sight of that area for a little bit of time, which does cost me seeing him rotate out. We will pop our heartbeat because we heard some footsteps going past us, and we do see the guy pretty near us, and he's pushing down this hill, and he now has Krampus following him as well. So we try and spot where he is. We see him, and as he runs across the field, it's just an easy beam with the MG42 to laser him and get the kill. Which is unfortunate for him. As of course I said earlier, I don't really like the Krampus in this mode. It's just a bit stupid, but it basically acts as a UAV for the opposition. It allows them to get 3 kills, and yeah, we took advantage of it there by teaming up with Krampus, which seems to be the meta of Solos at the minute, is that you just hunt down anyone who's getting hit by Krampus. Thankfully we got miles out of the way early, so we should be okay for these circles. Now, 5 players left, including us, so that's 4 other players. We're on 15 kills. So unfortunately, we're not going to pick up the 20 in this game, but there is still opportunity for a fair few more kills. We continue aggressively pushing around the hillside, using our heartbeat to see if there's anyone unghosted, because we don't have a UAV. But just trying to find if there's anyone hiding around here. It looks like we've got this side of the hill to ourselves. There is a heli on the edge of the hill, but there's also a lot of houses on the opposite side. So I realise it's quite likely that the opponents are on the other side of the hill in those houses. But they could also be in the little ravine in between. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push into the ravine, try and see if I can find anyone in here. And as I do, I spot a guy on my heartbeat just off to my left, creeping around the bushes. This is the one problem with, I suppose, Warzone Royale, is that you do still have the baby monitor, which is kind of frustrating, but if you can't beat them, join them. He's pretty close to me. I start dropping down the hill. I don't know if he's heard me at this point, so I pull out the MP40 for close range kills. And as I look over the edge, I can see him just down below me in a bush. Solos in a nutshell, once again. Sit in a bush and hope that someone walks past you or doesn't notice you. So the zone unfortunately has pulled to the houses on the opposite side, so we now have to rotate across to where I suspect the remaining players are. We're always keeping our heartbeat out because we never know, they could still be in the ravine, they could be hiding in a bush. But I think they're at the top, and my first priority is to get up to the top because I want to have the high ground. I don't want to have people shooting down on me. Trying to climb up these rocks. Again, the brilliant Warzone movement system doesn't allow me to get up there. So I take up this little path just outside the gas so we don't have to waste our gas mask. And we're now looking for what cover we can find. I accidentally hop off this little ledge but managed to hop back up. Just looking for any cover we can get. I see this little area with the boxes and the cars and go over there, and as I do, I drop into this stupid little cavern which I've dropped into once before in a game and I should have realised about it. You actually get stuck between the rocks here and the bush. I don't appear to be too far into it, thankfully, so I'm just spinning around trying to get out, and as I do I get a little bit of an edge off to the right, and I can see if I'm spamming jump I am moving a tiny bit forward, but honestly Warzone Caldera is absolutely broken. Between this, Krampus's unlimited health, the crashes, the big squares that appear around character models and guns, console Warzone is an absolute disgrace at the minute, and it really needs to be fixed. It's hard to play when the developers are putting this little effort into the game for console users, particularly when you consider that there's also things like FOV sliders that we expected to be in the game from get-go that didn't get included. But I digress. Back to the gameplay. So we're camping slightly here. This is kind of solos, end zone circles. You struggle to push too aggressively as everyone else will be camped up. So we're just maintaining our strong position and trying to see if we can spot any of the opponents coming to us. I decided to stay near this zip as I realised that someone could still be in the cavern and the zip could be the route that they take to try and get back up top. I'm trying to spot if there's anyone coming out the gas. Can't see anything. I'm constantly looking around, constantly trying to get as much information as possible to just make sure I don't get shot in the back or snuck up on. The other two players appear to be camping pretty hard as well, as we haven't seen sound nor sight of them. We're still just wary of this zip line, but aware there's likely to be one in these houses directly in front of us now. So I'm just constantly trying to keep myself in cover from them whilst also covering the zip line. As no one's come up and I can't see anyone on the lower ledge, I decide the zip line's safe, so I decide to aggressively push forwards to see if I can get the space to get the cover on the zone. And as I do, I see the first player is having a battle with the second player. I push up, get the kill, blow up one of those propane canisters or a mine or something, and it seems to get the kill, but I think he was dead anyway from our bullet. And then all we have to do is hold the last player out of the zone, which we do. We picked up both the last two kills, and that is us with an 18 kill win in solos. I really hope the tips I've given here will help you get high kills in your solo games. I know that switching up my drops to be near the trees, for example, and not dropping directly on them, has definitely helped me get more consistent high kills. And then also the little tips I've given around cover, etc. has helped me maintain those kills throughout the game and end up with a high score and a lot more wins. So I really hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please subscribe. I upload videos on the daily. Often I'm uploading Warzone Caldera content at the moment, but I'm also doing a Let's Play of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. So if you want to watch either of those, drop a sub, hit the notification bell, and you'll get uploaded every single time that I upload. Anyway, hope to catch you on the next one.